recordings. So usually in the first lecture, I'd like to do what I usually called before starting. There are many things that we need to know before starting. So it is like lecture number 0. It doesn't count. It is important, ya shabab, to confirm your registration first of all. Don't forget to confirm your registration. If you didn't do that, please do it now. Just go to the portal, click I confirm my registration for this term, and that's it. You may forget, so do it now. It is important. Without confirmation, your courses will be dropped, and you need to do a lot of things to get them back. So please, ya shabab, confirm your registration. Okay, what do we have in the summer session? What is different from the usual semesters is that we have in the summer 5 lectures per week. So it is a lecture per day. And the duration of the lecture is 60 minutes, not 50. What is 50 minutes as usual is the recitation class. You have 2 recitation classes per week. They are with Mr. Abu Jaya. I think the time of the recitation classes, are they after or before this class? I'm not sure. With you?
Before.
I think it is before also.
Yeah, it's before. It's at 8 a.m.
Which days? Sunday and Wednesday, or Monday?
Yeah, that's true. Sunday and Wednesday.
Sunday and Wednesday. Okay. And I think they are on Microsoft Teams, not on Zoom. So you have to be, don't mix up between them. Okay, you know, ya shabab, in the recitation, usually what you should do in the recitation, of course, you will practice. Here in the lecture, you will try to understand the concept. In the recitation class, you will try to practice and apply the concept to check that if you understood the lecture or not. It is expected, ya shabab, from you to start practicing and studying from the first day of classes. There is no time to relax during summer term. I expect at least 3 hours per day for you to revise and practice MATH002. Let's give you the summary about the class rules. Our classes will be on Zoom, ya shabab. Of course, Zoom is the best platform for classes. You will see that by yourself, and I have a license for this. We will use, of course, Microsoft Teams or Blackboard Ultra in case we have technical problems. We will use them as a backup. For the assessment plan, what we are going to, where we will take the quizzes. Also, inshallah, we will have written quizzes, maybe 1 or 2 per week. There will be, of course, submitted through private channels on Microsoft Teams. Each student will have his private channel. We will, inshallah, create these channels later. I will create them for you. For the proctoring platform, for the monitoring the quizzes, we will use Zoom also. So you need Zoom, ya shabab, the application of Zoom. You need it on your laptop and on your mobile also. I think you already know in this class. So you know how to join a class on Zoom. What is important, ya shabab, I want you to use, please use your official account, your KFUBM account. I can know, ya shabab, because at the end of the class, I will have the report. It will tells me which student used his KFUBM, which one is not his KFUBM email. So use your KFUBM account. I send you the file, the instructions file on Blackboard. Just follow it. If you have your personal account, it is good, no problem. Log out from your personal account, then create a new account by using your KFUBM account. And use it for classes, for the academic purpose, use it. I will tell you, for example, next classes who is still using his personal account. So please, if you use your personal account to join the meeting today, is okay. But of course, why is this, by the way? Because of the attendance, shabab. because when you use your KFM account, your ID is there, your email is there, so everything will be in the report, in the attendance report. We will use, of course, Microsoft Teams in case, just as a backup in case of technical problems. I don't think so that we will have any technical problems on Zoom. It is, of course, according to my little experience, is the best platform for conducting online classes. Okay, for the quizzes, ya shabab, as I said, it will be, of course, through private channels on Microsoft Teams. Each student will submit his quiz through his Microsoft private channel. And these channels will be created later, inshallah, this week. What I will do, I will grade your quiz and submit it back to you through the same channel. We can, of course, use WhatsApp or email as an alternative platform to submit your quiz if you have a problem in submitting with Microsoft Teams. Of course, any late submission for any quiz will be rejected. And of course, any cheating case will be dealt with according to the rules. So try to avoid any kind of help when you do your quizzes. As I said, we will use Zoom to monitor online quizzes. The quiz will be shown on Zoom or Blackboard, and the camera must be opened on Zoom with another device using your mobile. And the quiz, of course, it will be shown on the Blackboard or Zoom on your laptop. Before taking any quiz, of course, you need to go to Zoom on your mobile and join open your camera there. The teams are already created on Microsoft Teams. The channels will be created later, inshallah. Again, we will use this as alternative platform. طبعا, you know, يا شباب, the rules. This is not your first time at the prep year. So there is a little bit difference between the summer term and the usual term. For the absent still, if you join the class after 10 minutes, you will be absent. If you joined within 10 minutes, you will be late. And of course, 5 registered late will be 1 absent. The attendance will be, ya shabab, taken through the reports, the meeting reports. So everything will be reported automatically. When you joined, when you left, and for how long you stayed. I may ask you, Shabab, as another verification for the attendance, I will ask you and call you. I will call you during the class from time to time. So if I called you during the class and you didn't respond, this will mark you absent. A half point will be deducted from your grade if you, starting from the 5th absence. The DN in the summer session is when you have 7 unexcused absences, you will have the DN, not 8. And the maximum is 10 absences. If you have 10 absences, excuses or not excuses, you will get the DN. This is because you know, Shabab, that the classes on summer, it is 1 hour, not 50 minutes. So to avoid this headache, Shabab, no need to think about all of these, just be on time. If you cannot be on time, be early. And most importantly, don't be late. From where to prepare for this course? I can see one. From where to prepare, Shabab, for this course? What are the study resources? First of all, my lectures notes, they are PowerPoint slides. I think most of you are familiar with them, Shabab. We will have, inshallah, an updated version from them. I will add, inshallah, all the quizzes of the last 3 semesters, textbook examples and exercises. It is good to study the exercises from your textbook if you want more, but of course these are already summarized in my slides. Also, Alex is one of the main resources. You will do their self-learning and online homework, and of course there are 15 points on Alex. All the exam questions, Shabab, most of them are included in my slides. Let's say for the last 5 years are included at least. The class recording, ya shabab, we will record every class, inshallah, and it will be available on Zoom. Also, you can use, ya shabab, the online video courses on Blackboard. There are, on the online courses, there are videos for MATH002. You can, of course, use them also. If you have a shabab, yes, Rayyan, if you have a question, shabab, please write it down and keep it to the end. Yeah, Rayyan. Write it down to remember it, and we can open the discussion at the end. For the help resources also, there are many services, yeah, shabab, for you to help you. The first help that is, I think, in my opinion, is the most important one, is the office hours. So we will have, inshallah, 1 hour a day on Zoom also. There will be a link for that meeting. Of course, not today, starting from tomorrow, inshallah. You can also, if the time of the office hours is not suitable for you, you can use also WhatsApp, email, and Microsoft Teams to contact me, and even Twitter. Evening help sessions, inshallah, we will have evening help sessions with many instructors, and also evening online office hours. So try to get benefit from all of these services. What else? The office hours. Okay, I have, let's start initially with these office hours. Every day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, from 10:40 to 11:40. This is the time that is suitable for me. I wish that it is suitable for most of you. If it is not, we can change this time later. No problem. As I said, you can contact me also by email, by WhatsApp, by Microsoft Teams, if you have any question. How to join the office hours meeting? The same way that you join this meeting. Now I think we need to move to talk about MATH002. What is it about, and what do we have over there? But before that, let me ask you a question, because I need to know who I'm dealing with. I will ask you now, ya shabab, and this is one of of the easy features of Zoom, the polling. Now I will launch a poll now. And I will ask you, Shabab, are you studying MATH002 for the first time? Yes or no? Is this your first time with MATH002, or you have studied MATH002 before? Are you studying MATH002 for the first time? Say yes or not. I have strategy. It depends on the number. I think it is similar to the previous class. Yes, we are waiting for 2 students, Shabab, to vote. We have now 17 out of 19. Why you didn't vote? You can just click on. It will pop up the polling. The question will pops up, and you can select an answer. This means that we have 2 students. They are not really inside this meeting. Now we have 1 student only left. 1 student left. Okay, now no one left. Excellent. Let me now, Shabab, end the polling now, and share with you the results. It looks like almost 50-50. 9 students, they have studied MATH002 before, and 10 they didn't. This is in fact, this is not what I was planning to. No problem. We will try to make a balance now. طبعا يا شباب, I was thinking that most of you are repeaters, so my plan was depending on more practice, less concepts, because you already know the concepts from the previously. But according to the results of this voting, we will do a balance between the concept and the practice. Of course, ya shabab, the lecture is mainly about understanding the concept. The practice will be during the recitation class. So, of course, this is the normal case. So, and I'm sure that you will get enough practice. You can practice during the lecture, after the lecture, during the recitation class, after the recitation, and before the recitation class, during the help sessions, and so on. Okay, let me stop sharing this. طبعا يا شباب, these results now will be saved. This is also what is good about about Zoom, that you're voting now, your votes, your choices are kept and saved with your name, and it will be saved, of course, in my account there. We can use it, of course, later. We have a student that he just joined now. He missed, in fact, the polling. Let's continue. Now, what we need now to know, what is MATH002 is about. Indeed, if you remember MATH001, it is about algebra. MATH002, indeed, it is about algebra and trigonometry, colleague algebra and trigonometry. Why we study them? Why we need to study them? We will try to answer these questions because it is important for you to have a motivation to start the course. What is algebra? You know, I think most of you know that it is an Arabic word. It is coming from the Arabic word al-jabr, that means reunion of broken parts. Indeed, algebra, according to the Wikipedia, is one of the of course, most important branches of mathematics, and it is the study of operations and their application to solve equations. My own definition for algebra is the science of equations, of course, and the operations that you will use them and their application. You can think about many definitions of algebra, but of course we will not study the algebra in its more general sense. No, we will study indeed the colleague algebra or the elementary algebra. For the trigonometry, it is new, and this is what is new on 002 if you compare it with Math 001. What is trigonometry? Trigonometry, in fact, it is a combination of two words, trigonon and metron, triangle and measure. So combine these two words together, they are coming indeed originally from the Greek language. You will have the triangle measurement. So trigonometry means triangle measurement. It is about triangles, but mainly, of course, about right triangles. We will have like 3 or 4 chapters about trigonometry. So it will take a big part from this course. Why we study them? Because we have to. No, this is not the answer. Again, why we have to? Why we need to study these subjects, ya shabab? Algebra and trigonometry open up other subjects. So they will help you to get ready for calculus courses, for all other high-level courses. Not only math, science and engineering, physics, and other courses. They are, of course, a strong tool for solving real-life problems. You will see many applications during this course, but of course, we will not focus on the applied part so much. They will also, believe it or not, they will help you to improve your thinking, your logical thinking, and your methods in analyzing and breaking down problems. And it is a modern a part of the modern culture. To be well-educated person, you should have this amount of knowledge about algebra and trigonometry. You will be, for example, you will be a father one day. So it is not good at all to be to do not have these types of knowledge. Mainly, we will focus on math and English. This, of course, you know about that. And these are the learning outcomes. If what we want from you, Shabab, after the end of this course. So what you will learn in this course, when we put the final exam, we will check these learning outcomes. We will check. You should be able to do these stuffs after finishing this course. So we will see if you can do these 8, if you are satisfied most of these, not necessarily all of them. If you can achieve all of them, this is good. So what are they? If you can apply the concept of one-to-one inverse exponential, logarithmic, and trigonometric and inverse trigonometric functions to evaluate and solve their related quantities and equations, you achieve this objective, you will pass. Are you able to find the coterminal and the reference angles in degrees and radian measures? Can you sketch and analyze the graphs of exponential, logarithmic, and trigonometric functions and their inverses? Can you use exponential, logarithmic, and trigonometric functions and identities to simplify related expressions? Can you solve systems of linear and nonlinear equations? Can you perform algebraic operations on vectors and matrices and determinants? Can you deal with conic sections and their properties? Can you formulate real-life world problems and solve them mathematically? If you can do all of these, this is what we want from you. And also we expect if you can achieve these learning outcomes or objectives, you can, of course, you will be able, inshallah, to gain these skills and values. Critical thinking, problem solving, teamwork, e-learning, and self-confidence and cooperation as well, inshallah. This is your textbook, ya shabab. I think you have it from MATH001 already. And this is, of course, you have also an ebook version from this, it should be. What we are going to study from this book, from chapter 2, we will take the last section, 2.8. Then we will study 4 or 5 sections from chapter 4, 4 sections from chapter 5, 4 from chapter 6, and 5 from chapter 7, 2 from chapter 9, 2 from chapter 10, and 4 from chapter 11, and finally 4 from chapter 12. This is the plan. Almost we should have like 4 to 5 sections per week. I think, yes, like that. 4 to 5 sections per week. So a section a day, it is like that. I think after the midterm, the materials will be up to here. So it is expected to have the midterm on the 4th week or the 5th week. I think it should be during the 5th week, if it is not before, but not later than that. The grading policy as the same as the last semester, shabab. Classwork 15. We will have, inshallah, at least 10 quizzes, written online quizzes. You will have also 15 points on Alex, 10 for self-learning, mastering the topics, and 5 for the online homework. You will have a midterm exam, 30 points, and the final is 40 points. The midterm will be 24 multiple choice questions from 2.8 until 6.5. So it is about chapter 4, 5, and 6. And the final will be comprehensive, 32 multiple choice questions. If you have any questions, ya shabab, you can keep them to the end. So for the notes, ya shabab, I think most of you are familiar with my slides. So we will have, in my slides, you will have a summary of all what you need from your textbook. So الزبدة راح يجيك الزبدة من الكتاب موجود في السلايدز. Some selected exercises also from your textbook, and also some extra solved exercises, and the recitation exercises. طبعا in the summer term we will not focus on that. We will not solve them together. You will solve them with your recitation instructor. And the last, of course, but most importantly, the old exam questions. Most of them they are included in the slides. So it is like almost all what you need in one place. It is like your course is inside your pocket. You can find them on the Blackboard. I will upload them, inshallah, weekly. I advise you, shabab, to try to, after solving an example, try to solve the suggested exercises and the related exercises and the final answers of them in your textbook. And of course, practice by solving the old exam questions. This is the link for all the exam questions for MATH002. What I expect from you, shabab, during the summer term. Indeed, I expect from you to come to class each day ready to learn, not just because of the attendance. I want you to be active, prepared, focused, and motivated. I want you to be respectful, and I'm sure about this from my little experience from my students. Most of them, of course, they respect the authority, they respect each other, they respect me, they respect themselves. So I'm not worried about this part. What I'm worried about is the third part. Don't be lazy. Try to be hardworking. Try to do your best as much as possible. I want you to be critical thinker. Think about the process of finding the answer, as well as much as the answer itself, from where it comes, what is behind. To recognize also your strengths and your weaknesses. اعرف نقاط قوتك ونقاط ضعفك. To apply your strengths to help others and let them learn from you. Also to be aware about your weaknesses and work on them. Try to improve yourself. I'd like also to ask you, what do you expect from me? You can ask me during at the end, about share with me this at the end of the class when we open the discussion. What can I promise you, ya Shabab, is that I will do my best to have the best learning experience, inshallah. We will enjoy this term, inshallah, together. These are some tips also. I will keep these slides, ya Shabab, for you. I will upload them in the Blackboard. You can read these again. I advise you, ya Shabab, to consult your instructors immediately whenever you need help. Take notes during classes. Write down what is new for you, what is understood, what is not understood, what is clear, what is not clear. On the same day, Shabab, during the same day. Do all the homework on time. Don't delay your assignments. Master the examples and the homework problems and the recitation as well. Try to solve the recitation exercises before coming to the recitation class. When participating, when practicing some problems, time yourself to finish them before reading the answer. This is, of course, will adapt you to the exam environment. You should feel, you should apply the same situation that you will have in the exam. Solve some of the review problems at the end of each chapter. Try to make good use of your the office hours of your instructors. And of course, try to have a good and quiet place to study. Inside the class or during the class, try to be active, participate, and don't hesitate to ask. Don't be shy, Shabab, to ask. Don't say, oh, this is a silly question. I don't want to ask this silly question. There is no silly question. There is something you are missing or forgotten, so there is no silly question. The only silly question is the question that you didn't ask. And don't say, I don't want to look stupid in front of my instructor or in front of my colleagues. Don't worry about that. Yes, you may look stupid for a few seconds, like 5 seconds, which is the time of the question. But after you get the answer, you will not be stupid anymore. But if you didn't ask, you may stay stupid forever. So you can ask me during the class if we have time for that. You can ask me after the class, before the class, during the office hours, through any medium of contact. You can ask your colleagues, you can ask your other instructors, you can ask Mr. Google, you can ask Mr. YouTube. You are lucky, guys. You have many sources to find answers for your questions. The question is the key of knowledge. If you wanted to know, you have to ask. Get serious يا شباب. لا تستهبل بالعربي الفصيح. Every point matters. بعضكم الآن بيعيد هاي المادة عشان درجة واحدة. فلا تفرط في أي point من البداية. مو تصحى بعضكم ما يصحى في آخر أسبوع. Oh, I need to make up. I wanted to fix my grades from the first day. Follow up and revise and study day by day, week by week. Do not study only before the exams or only for the exams. Practice and practice and practice. أفضل طريقة لتعلم الرياضيات هي ممارسة الرياضيات. The best way to learn math is to do math. And when you study math, يا شباب, from my slides, I advise you to activate the slideshow like this. Don't study when it is like this, because here you can see the solution, the question and the solution. But if you activate the slideshow, you will see the question first. Then after you solve and try, you can see the answer. And this is important, Shabab. I cannot tell you how to solve problems. It is of course difficult to solve all problems, but it is easy to tell you what is not solving problems. Reading solutions, if you just read the solution, you will not be able to solve the questions in the exam. If you watch someone else solving the problems, me or your colleague or anyone, you have to do it by yourself. Of course, if you go to the solution when you have the first difficulty, so when you go to the solution at the least difficulty, you will not learn. Try and try and try to give it some time. So in short, ya shabab, do take a pen and paper and start solve, start practice. Start doing what you are going to do during the exam. Don't just watch or read. These are some advices usually I give them to my students, the new joined students for 001. But let me just من باب التذكير أعطيها لكم. You need to ask yourself يا شباب, what is my job? What I'm doing? You are a student. And do you think that it is easy to be a student? It is an interesting job. You will, I'm sure that in the future, you will say, I wish I will be student again. What is, of course, good about to be a student, that, of course, all what we want from you, we will give you some concepts, some materials, try to understand them, solve the exams, and you will pass. But what is not good, of course, about this job, that it is a full-time job. It is 24 a day, 24 hours a day. It is 7 days a week. Every time, day or night, you are doing your job. It is not like 6 or 8 hours and that's it. No, it is full-time job. Even when you are sleeping, you are dreaming about your courses and your material of classes. And you are not, of course, high school anymore student. You are a university student. The difference that the university student, he is in fact a teacher of himself. He's not just relying on the teachers, what they will give them. If they ask them to do that, he will do. No, you need to do that without waiting for me to ask you to do. And you are not any university student, you are KFUBM student. And of course, there is a price that you will pay for that. Yes, it is good, but of course, there is a price for that. You have to pay it from your time, from your comfort, from your other times that you will have. You should believe in yourself, ya shabab, in your dreams. Dreams comes true. You can get what you want, really want. Just you should know what you want. During the difficult times, ya shabab, that you will have, I'm sure that many of us, and of course you will have some times that is not easy for you. Remember that there are some people waiting for you to graduate and to get good grades. Your family relies on you. They are so proud. They tell others, my son is there, and so don't let them down. Be hardworking, ya shabab. It is the secret of success. It is gift from Allah if you are smart, but it is not enough. You have to be hardworking. It is the secret, the real secret of success. Everyone, ya shabab, will pass, inshallah. Abashirkum. Except who doesn't want to pass. And if you don't want to pass, you know what you can do. But I'm sure that, inshallah, every one of you will pass. بإذن الله. لا تقول أنا عندي مشاكل كانت في المتوسطة في الثانوية. It is never too late. You can learn whatever you want. Don't worry about the background problems. We will fix them together, inshallah. Just remember, if there is a will, there is a way. إذا وجدت الإرادة لا يوجد شيء صعب. Just say to yourself, yes, I can. أنا أؤمن يا شباب بإرادة الشباب. وأعرف إنه الشباب صنعوا معجزات. I wish you a successful term, and I will open now the floor for you if you have any question. Please, you can now ask يا شباب. الشباب اللي كانوا بدهم يسألوا من البداية, you can ask now. If you have any question related to the course or any question. Yes, وعليكم السلام يا فيصل. تفضل.
دكتور قبل الميد ترم هل يكون في classes انها prepare for the midterm يعني؟
If we have time to do that, why not? If we don't, we can do some help sessions at the evening time. No problem. If we have time, we will do that. Why not?
Okay, thank
But
you.
during the summer term, I don't think so that we will have time for that. You know, we need to cover 4 to 5 sections per week. So I'm afraid that we will not have. So to avoid that, day by day, Shabab, please, day by day, what you studied today, revise it today, practice it today, and so on. And of
Doctor,
course, for the whole week, you can do that during the weekend. Yes. Who next? Mahmoud?
what about the slides? Where can I find them?
I will upload them on the Blackboard now. What I will do, I'm trying now to update them to add some old exam questions also to them, and I will upload them, inshallah.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Welcome.
Doctor,
Yes.
the quizzes will be in the يعني in the particular day or what? يعني?
No, we will see. We will always choose the time that is suitable for most of you, inshallah. We will agree about if we are planning to have a quiz. I will tell you like 3 or 4 days before, inshallah.
Okay.
We will agree about that, and I will tell you also. I will show you how to do the quizzes, where you find it, how to send it. We will practice also. We will do a practice quiz before taking quiz number 1.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Welcome, ya Ahmed.
Doctor,
Yes.
so the quizzes will be in your classes, not in the recitation, right?
Yes, they will be during this class, inshallah. Yes, Abdul Aziz, تفضل.
Yes, doctor. What about Alex? When will it open?
I'm not sure exactly, but soon. I think in 2 or 3 days they will be. After they finish, I think the students finish the register and drop period. They will activate it, inshallah. Most, يعني, not later than, inshallah, the end of this week.
Okay, thanks.
Any more questions, ya shabab, before we start? No more questions? Okay, thank you. Now I think we are ready to start. Let me share with you my slides. Can you see, Shabab, there is something I forgot to mention. I think now you can see, I can see, Shabab, now, if you go to the view and try to choose the grid view when you have 3 or 9 squares like that. You can see now, if you can see, for example, I can see Mahmoud al-Bukhari, he has a photo. Am I right? He is the only student, he has a photo. And unfortunately, it is not his personal photo. What I want you to do, ya Shabab, is to go to the account of your application, your Zoom app, and add a photo, upload your personal photo there. I appreciate if you make it a recent photo, and upload it there. Let me close my camera to show you what I mean. Now I think you can see, Shabab, my photo. Am I right? Can you see my photo?
Yes.
Any other photos? Can you see? Can you see other photos? If you go to the participants, click on participants, and you can scroll down and see up who has a photo, who has not. So you know, Shabab, because it is a far distance environment, it will be better to have a recent personal photo for each one of you, to see each other, to know each other, to be close from each other. So I will appreciate, Shabab, if you add your photo to your Zoom account. Okay. Let me now share with you the slides of 2.8. We will start, inshallah. I have already started with the previous section, this section, but I didn't record, so I wish we have time. We still have like 20 minutes to give you an introduction about 2.8. No problem. I spent this long time on the introduction because I believe it is important to agree about many things before moving further. Okay, share screen. Can you see now, ya shabab, the slides of 2.8?
Yes, we can.
Okay, let's say Bismillah. Let's start now the course. This is the first section يا شباب. This section طبعا is 001 section. لاحظوا معي انه هو من chapter 2. احنا مخلصين chapter 3 في we have finished chapter 3 in math 001. Why we bought this section here? Because it is more related to chapter 4 more than chapter 2. Okay, so what we expect from you to learn after finishing this section. After finishing this section, you will be able, inshallah, to identify one-to-one function. Which function is one-to-one, which one is not. You will be able to do that, inshallah. Also to know what is the inverse, what we mean by the inverse, and how to find it, and how to sketch its graph. For sure, inshallah, you will be able to do that for most of the functions that we have. So for the one-to-one function, let's start with function. Do you remember, Shabab, what we mean by function? If you have a function f, what is a function f? If you have x here, you should have for each x there is only one y, such that y is equals to f of x. So if you have a group here or a set of numbers, and here a set of numbers, for each x here, there is only one y here, okay? So this is called function. This is what you have learned in 001. Now, what we will add to have one-to-one function, it should be also the same. If you go here, if you go back, you should have for each y, there is only one x. If you have for each x, there is only one y, and for each y, there is only one x, we will call this function one-to-one. We can shortly write it like this, one-to-one. Okay, let's take, for example, these two functions or two mappings. So the first mapping here, if you look at it, here, this is the domain and this is the range. So this is the set that we start from, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can, instead of saying what 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say x here, it could be any one of these numbers. Now for each x, there is only one y. Look, 1-to-1. So here, what is f at 1? F at 1, it is 2. The value of the function at 1, it is 2. F at 2, it is 4. F at 3 is 7. F at 4 is 10. So is this a function, Shabab, or not? Is it a function? First of all, it should be a function. Is it a function?
Yes.
For each x, there is only one y. So it is one-to-one. It is a function. The question is it one-to-one?
Yes.
Just think about the name. The name is clear. One-to-one.
Yes.
Each one to each one. It is one-to-one. Whether you are coming from here or to here. So what you need to do to check that it is one-to-one, start from here and do the same. Is the image of 10 is only one number? F7 is one number. 4. Is it one-to-one from both? So for each x, there is only one y, and of course one y, and of course, and for each y, there is only one x, if you want to think about it this way. So now this one, Shabab, is one-to-one. This one is one-to-one, because if you go back or from the right to the left or from the left to the right, from the range to the domain or from the domain to the range, you will have one-to-one. For this one, is it a function? For this one, is it a function? Is it
Yes.
a function?
Yes, it is.
001. How to know that it is a function? For each x here, for each x, there is only one y. Look, for 1, what is f at 1? It is 2. What is f at 2? It is 4. What is f at 3? It is 3. 4 again. What is f at 4? It is 10. So for each x, there is only one y. 3, مثلا, the image of 3, it is only one value. For 2, it is one value. But now, so it is a function. For the function, it is a function. Now, is it one-to-one?
No.
Is it one-to-one?
No.
What is the image? Look at this. We have two different values with the same image, with the same y value. In fact, this one, it is 2-to-1. 2-to-1, not 1-to-1. Look, we have two x values with the same y value. So now, if we wanted to go back, what is the inverse image of 2? It is 1. What is the inverse image of 10? It is 4. But what is the inverse image of 4?
3 and 2.
No, it cannot be a function. It is not a function when you have two outputs. It should be one output only. So here we have 1 does not equals to 3, but f at 1 equals to f at 3. So this is not one-to-one. I think now you are ready to understand the definition of the one-to-one function. The definition of one-to-one function says what? It says, this is of course a formal definition. It says that, here it is g, not f, because the function we used here, it is g. So it is g at 1 is not the same at, okay? So formally, the definition is this. A function, first of all, it should be a function. So a function with domain A is called one-to-one function if what? If no two elements of A have the same image, not like this. If we have the situation like this one, it is one-to-one. In mathematical notation, this means that if you have the images are different whenever the x values are different. In words, and this is much easier for you, Shabab, this is exactly what I have written before. For each x, there is only one y, and for each y, there is only one x.
Oh, sorry, doctor. Do you mean G2 equals G3?
G2, yes, thank you. You are right, totally right. Yes, it is G2. 2 does not equals to 3, but their images are the same because they are both equal to 4. Thank you. Again, equivalently, ya Shabab, there is an equivalent statement for this, and you know this from the mathematical logic. If A implies B, then not B implies not A. You know that. So here, this is usually what we used. If the y values are the same, so we will start from f of x1 equals to f of x2, and we will solve. If we get x1 equals to x2, that's it. This is one-to-one. So this is usually what we use if you wanted to use the algebraic proof. But of course, we will have another type of proofs that is geometrical proof. Look at this graph, Shabab. Now we have the function f given by its graph. This is the blue one is the graph of the function. We have here two different x values. x1 is not equals to x2. Clearly, x2 is greater than x1. They are not the same. Now look at the value of the function. What is the value of the function at fx1? It is here. Let's say y1. And what is the value of the function at x2? It looks like it is the same also. So it is y1 is the same as y2. Now, is this one-to-one? Is it one-to-one?
No.
Of course it is not, because we have x1 is not the same as x2, but the value of the function at these two are the same, like 2 and 3 in the previous example. Okay, so this is not one-to-one. Clearly, it is not one-to-one. Look here. Look at this red line. How many times this red line crosses the graph?
2 times.
2 times. So we have here what is called the horizontal line test. A function is one-to-one, f and only f. No horizontal line intersects its graph more than once. So what does that mean? If it is one-to-one, the graph, any horizontal line will cross it only one time. If you have a graph that each horizontal line within the range intersected only one time, then it is one-to-one. And this means, of course, the opposite. If it is crossed more than once, then it is not one-to-one. And this is so easy now. Usually we will use this test. We can shortly write it as H. You can say using HLT. I will understand what you mean. Horizontal line test. We were having a shabab in MATH001, the vertical line test. It is for a function if you want to know if it is a function or not. But if you want to know that it is a one-to-one function or not, you will use the horizontal because it is the same for the inverse as for the function. Is the cubing function one-to-one? You can, of course, use the graph. I think it is the
Yes.
easier way.
Yes, it's one.
Yes.
All of you, Shabab, should know how to sketch the graph of x cubed. Here it is. So you can use algebraic proof. I will show you the algebraic proof, but this is my favorite. Now, my favorite one is the geometric proof. If you sketch the graph and draw any horizontal line, one is enough, by the way. No need to draw more than one. It is one. If you can just find one line that crosses more than once, then it is not one-to-one. But for one-to-one, if you cross it at any place, it will be one-to-one. It will cross it only one. How to prove it algebraically, Shabab? It is not difficult, by the way. To prove it algebraically, usually we use this way. You will start with these equals to each other. So f of x1 equals to f of x2. What is x1? What is f of x? F of x is this. So f of x1 will be x1 cubed equals to x2 cubed. Now take the cubic root of both sides. This is طبعا يا شباب for people who likes algebra more than geometry. Now cancel because of you have cubic root, so you will have here x1 equals to x2. So we have proved that it is one-to-one. We started with two y values equals to each other. We end up with two x values also equals to each other. Okay, you can use also this one. If you have two different x values, when you cube them, you will have two different, of course. They're still different. The situation is not the same when you have a squaring function. Look at the squaring function here, this one. Is it one-to-one?
No.
Why?
Because it's got 2 points in horizontal line.
One way is to do the graph. Yes, it is the easier way. If you sketch the graph of this function, look, if you draw any line, one line is enough even. It is not one-to-one because it crosses the graph more than once, okay? And you can do that also mathematically, algebraically. How? Think about, for example, 1 and the -1. I think who used them, yes. Think about 1 and the -1. Yani you know that 1 is not the same as -1, but g at 1 is the same as g at -1. Because they will be 1, 1. When you square 1, you will have 1. When you square -1, you will have 1. So it is not one-to-one because two different x values, they have the same y value. So it is not one-to-one. You can show it also algebraically, but I don't advise you to do that. No need to do that. But let me just compare it for you, compare it with the previous one. If you remember, we will do the same that we did for cubing, because I know that some of you, they like to do it algebraically. So let's start with f of x1 equals to f of x2. So this means that x1 squared equals, it is g, by the way, our function, it was g or f, it is g. So we have g, which is x2 squared. Now, what you will do, you will take the cubing root, the squaring root now. Take the square root of both sides, what you will have? Are we going to have x1 equals to x2? Is this right?
No, we will have
absolute value.
Absolute value of x1 equals to absolute value of x2. You know, Shabab, that the absolute value, the square root of x squared is the absolute value of x because x might be positive or negative. So this is true now. Now you remember when you have absolute value of a equals the absolute value of b. What is a? A equals what?
1.
What?
positive or negative a.
Positive or negative? A equals what? Positive or negative a? How?
No, sorry. A is positive or negative b.
Yes, ya Shabab. This is how to solve absolute value equations. So this means, ya Shabab, here, this means that x1 equals to positive or negative x2. So it is not x1 equals to x2. It might be positive, it might be negative. And this will lead us to a brilliant idea to have one-to-one function. We will see that in the next slide. So what we will do, ya shabab, the squaring function x squared is one of the most important algebraic functions. Are we going to ignore it and forget it because it is not one-to-one? Of course, no. What we will do, we will make a restriction on the domain. What is the domain of this function? The domain of this function is what? All the real numbers. What we can do, we will restrict the domain. So we will take the same function, but we will make a restriction on the domain. We will just take x greater than 0. So we will take the right branch from the parabola here. So now this function, shabab, with this domain, now the domain of this function, the domain of h is the non-negative number, closed 0 up to infinity. Now this function, if you draw any horizontal line, it will cross it once. So it is one-to-one. This function is one-to-one. And before that, you can do the same, of course, shabab. You can have another function. Let's say k of x equals to x squared, and x is less than 0. So also this one is one-to-one. Also this one, shabab, let's say f of x equals to x squared and x greater than 1. It will be like this. If you draw it, this is 1. It will be like this. It will be one-to-one. But let me ask you this question. What about this function? Is it one-to-one or not? X is less than, let me say greater than -1. Is this one-to-one or not?
No.
Dr. House domain is -1.
No.
It can't be negative.
Is x squared. If you sketch the graph of this function, shabab, you know this is the x squared in general. What you will do, you will just start from -1. So you will not take it all. You will just start from here, and here it is. Now, if you sketch, if you draw a horizontal line here, it will cross it more than once. So it is not one-to-one. It is so easy, shabab. It is so easy. This is so easy here. Look, every continuous increasing or decreasing function is one-to-one. When you have a function that is always increasing and continuous, of course, if each line will cross it only once. If it is decreasing, each line will cross it only once. So this is because it was sometimes decreasing, sometimes increasing. It is not one-to-one. This one is always increasing or always decreasing. So every continuous monotonic, it means decreasing or increasing always, it is one-to-one. Let me ask you, if you have a question, shabab, you can keep it to the end. Now, what do you think? Is this function one-to-one or not? What is this function? What is the type of this function?
Linear.
Linear. So it is so easy to sketch this line, to sketch a line. The y-intercept is 4 when x is 0, y is 4, and it is positive slope. So it is like this. If you draw any line, it will cross it only once. So it is one-to-one. You can show it also algebraically. You can show it algebraically. How? F of x1 equals to f of x2. So this will be 3x1 plus 4 equals to 3x2 plus 4. Unfortunately, we don't have time. I will take just a few minutes from your time, 1 minute or more. Just now cancel this 4 with this 4. Now divide by 3, you will have x1 equals to x2. This is for the algebra people. For geometry people, I showed you how it is like that. Okay. Now, my question, last question, shabab. Can we conclude from this that every linear function is one-to-one? Can we say that?
Yes.
Yes.
So f of x equals to ax plus b. This is the standard form, the general form of the linear functions. Every linear function is one-to-one. Can we say that?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can.
The answer is no. The answer is no. There is a condition here we should put. A is not 0. If a is 0, what will happen? We will have here, for example, if this is 0, shabab, if we don't have this, we will have f of x equals to 4. What is this, shabab? What is this function? It is still linear, but it has a special name.
Horizontal.
A horizontal line, this is y equals to 4. This is called, shabab, constant function. So this function, shabab, it is very not one-to-one. It is all to one. All the values of x, they have only one image. What is it? 4. F at 1, F at 2, F at 0, all of them are 4. So what we conclude from this, that every linear function, if the coefficient of x is not, if the leading coefficient is not 0, it is 1-to-1. But if it is 0, we will have the constant function, and any constant function is not 1-to-1. Okay, that's it. This is all what we have for today. Thank you very much. And if you have any question, please ask now if you have any question. Yes. Who was raising his hand before? Al-Maliki, Walid?
I was just going to ask something.
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. Not just a question. It's just that my computer turned off and then I turned it on. So I was wondering if the attendance,
For how,
if you have the time of the attendance.
Yeah, Maliki, for how long? If it is for a few
What?
minutes, okay. كم من الوقت أخذ منك اللابتوب لما رجعت يعني؟ يعتمد إذا كان أقل من 10 دقائق 15 دقيقة it's okay يعني، بس try to fix يا شباب.
بس هو حط لك الوقت اللي أنا دخلت فيه المحاضرة على أول المحاضرة أول ما دخلت ولا بعد ما دخلت مرة ثانية؟
I don't know. I will check that later. Check with me later. But
Okay.
try to solve these problems of the laptops, mobiles. Try to fix your issues. These problems are technical problems. I cannot handle it. Yes يا ريان، واضح يا ريان انك خاش ما استخدمت الكي في بيم اكونت وما اتبعت التعليمات اللي ارسلتها لك في الداشبورد عشان تخش على الميتنج.
اي بس عشان كان معلق الايميل علي فما قدرت خلاص عن بلاك بورد فدخلت من الايميل على طول.
مو مشكله بس
الباسورد بس بظبط انا بشوف له عشان ما ادري نسيته.
I know you will do ان شاء الله. يعني
سوري يا باك.
نفسه على نزل الابلكيشن حقت الزوم واتبع التعليمات اللي رويتك هي وظبط الزوم على الموبايل وعلى اللابتوب.
اوكي ابشر دكتور، بس كنت بسالك هو الويكلي سكيدجول ذا الاسبوع غير ولا؟
لا هو نفسه.
يعني لا قصدي عشان طلع لي ذا الاسبوع يوم الاحد بس دوام الاسبوع الجاي كل الايام فما ادري في لخبطه ولا
ما ادري. لا
يعني
هو كل الجدول في الصيفي كل الايام.
ايوه فاهمك انا بس ذا الاسبوع بكره في نفس ذا الوقت دوام صح؟
ايه نفس الوقت.
اوكي بس